Twinkle.
Hello, Mr. Chu.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Have you ever noticed that your environment, our environment, is becoming beautiful? In the past, there were not many flowers around your house. But now you can see lots of flowers and green trees and grass somewhere here and there, right? And in the past, you saw the streets were narrow, very, very narrow. But now the streets are becoming wider and wider. In the past, we didn't have lots of parks. But now we build more and more parks. In the past, we didn't have a lot of rivers around the city. But now we have lots of small rivers, brooks, and a lot of things. So the environment is getting better and better, right? Yes. Okay, what do you want to say?
But people are causing global warming by cars.
That is right. Due to the development of modern technology, more and more families want to drive cars.
Yes.
That's another problem. But we consider the environment. You know, we need to do something to protect our environment, right? So today we are going to talk about our environment. So the most important thing about the environment is that we should always watch our surroundings. 我们要注意观察我们的环境 and do not damage the environment. Do you understand? Good environment is not easy to come by. So this is the reason why we always talk about protecting our environment. If we want to protect our environment, what can we do? Positive things, yes, Anna.
First, don't kill the animals and don't cut down many trees.
Okay, stand up, please.
Well, I have to say that animals actually also cause global warming because from their digestive systems, they produce gas, right?
Okay.
And the gas is absolutely causing
Okay,
global
that's
warming.
one part. You know, on the one hand, we say protect the animals. On the other hand, you cannot have so many animals everywhere, you know, Emily?
You should use more public transportation so that you can reduce the amount of gas that is produced.
And that's very, very good. Now, if we control the number of the cars, and then we produce less gas and pollution. Okay, Grace.
If you see some paper, you pick up and throw it into the garbage can.
Okay, that is we can recycle the waste paper. Okay, Lena, anything you can do, for example?
And I drive.
Do not drop litters. We do not drop litter. For example, you scramble some paper and throw it anywhere.
And I go to school or go to work by bike or on foot.
Excellent. We are going to watch a piece of cartoon first and see how they protect the environment. Okay?
Okay.
好，电视机前的小朋友们，我们现在请你们跟我们一起来看看卡通片。
Hello, this is Johnson Joel, reporting from a newly built neighborhood. I'm now standing at the center road of this neighborhood. On my left, there are some beautiful houses. Each one differs from the other. They are all clean, tidy, and pretty. On my right, there is a small swimming pool, which is just big enough for some children to swim in. Behind the swimming pool, there is an amusement park. Many children are playing there. Next to the swimming pool, on the right side, there is a football field. Some boys are playing football. The neighborhood road is very safe. It's free from the buses and cars on Sundays, so the children of this neighborhood can play football, learn to ride a bike, roller skate, walk a dog, and enjoy the beautiful environment on Sundays. Right now, they are busy preparing for a competition. They are going to compete with other neighborhoods to win the title of Garden Neighborhood. Each family wants to have something special in the yard. They wish they could have some better suggestions from the visitors. Of course, you are one of them. You are invited to give them some help. You can help each family by drawing something nice in their garden, so that it will match the garden. I'm sure you can do it. You can help them with your hands to win that great title. This is the end of today's daily report. I'm Johnson Joe from BBS.
好，电视机前的小朋友们，你们喜欢我们的动画片吗？ In our daily life, actually, we have more and more beautiful streets. I'm sure you like the streets very much too. Okay, talking about the streets, we are going to talk about our beautiful environment. We are going to do something. You see, now suppose we have a house contest. Now, what kind of house contest? For example, you see, this is the little house, a little house, and each, you can see, each one is different from the other. Do you know? And then I'm going to give each one of you this one, and then you are going to choose. You can choose anyone, draw only one small thing to make it better, not look ugly.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So draw only one thing, maybe somewhere. Okay? And let me see what you have drawn.
I think we should add a bigger tower to this house.
What kind of tower?
Well, the sort of the tower that is on a castle. It makes this house look like more, well, historic.
You want to make the house more historic. I don't know whether, if you want to build a house, a tower, that will be intimidating, more frightening, because in a small house you have a very, very tall tower.
Yes, I think I should make it smaller.
Okay, yes, thank you. Okay, good job. Okay, next one, listen. Listen.
I draw some grass and some flowers
In the garden.
In the garden, because I think there's only some bricks in the garden. I think in the garden should be more and more grass and flowers.
Yes, Grace, what have you got?
I also want to draw some flowers here.
Okay, you want to put some flowers in the garden. Emily?
I think maybe you can put a little house and put some flowers around it.
Why do you want to put a little house there?
If you have too much things in your own house, you can put some over here, and maybe you can so you can put the rubbish here, and it's gonna be much easier for the people that collect the rubbish instead of going into your house.
Listen very carefully. Do you think it's a good idea to put it at the back of your house?
Yeah.
Not in the front of your house. For example, it's a small house full of garbage, and you put right in front of yard. Everybody smells, that's terrible, that's garbage house. So your idea is very good, but put them at the back of your house. Yes, thank you.
And I also want to draw a tree and some flowers because they look very beautiful first, and second, the people like to smell the flowers.
Okay, pass me your paper first. Now look at Lena's house. You can see even the little small things, and she put some colors on the flowers, and then excellent. Okay, Grace, let us. Okay, you have shown us. Okay, Richard, anything you draw?
I
Show
draw
me.
more flower and a swimming pool.
And a swimming pool in the front of the house. That's a good idea. Usually, for example, if it is dusty, the wind is up. So you have a small pond of water, and to prevent the dust from getting up. That's an excellent idea. Okay, everybody hold your picture and stand. Let's see. Good jobs or bad jobs? Okay. Okay, hold it tightly. Tightly, don't move. Let's see. Quickly, don't move. Okay, whose is beautiful? Yes. Okay, this time Lena's is the most beautiful one. And number 2 for Emily, but I suggest Emily's house be removed. Okay, thank you. Next time, if you want to draw grass, change to green color. Okay, thank you. Sit down, please. Look at these pictures.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
Now, is it beautiful or not beautiful? I'm going to give each one of you a picture. Now listen, okay? Now, with the picture, you stand up and then you tell me, in the future, if you want to live, would you rather live in this place? If you say, I don't want to choose to live in this place, you say, why? If you say, I want to choose to live in this place, you say, why? Okay? Yes, John Jay? Show us the picture.
I would rather die than live in this place.
Oh, rather die than live in this place. Tell us the reason why. Show us.
This place doesn't.
Let everybody see. Don't. Okay.
This place is a desert, and see, all its houses they look like they're made of mud, and some of them are even crumbled or toppled or falling over.
Okay, thank you. You have a very good description. So you don't like that environment, yes, Lena?
I want in the future, if I can live in this place, I want to live in, because there are many trees, and I can breathe the good environment.
Breathe the fresh air.
Yeah. And there is a castle now, and I want to live in the castle and
be the queen of the castle.
And there isn't many people, and it is not trees.
Very good. There are not many people in this area, so you want to live in the place. Yes, Richard?
I like to live there because I can climb up the mountain, and the house is big. The air is clean.
Clean, okay. You can climb mountains every day and try to breathe.
I would like to live here because it's very clean and have a lot of trees, and I like the pool. And because there's no house here, I can design my own house.
Okay. Just now, 2 persons said that they don't want to live in a house like that one. What about this one? You know, there are so many pretty flowers right in front of your house, and then you like to live in this one. What about this one?
No!
think about it very carefully. Even it's a desert, 沙漠. If you work there, work very, very hard, and gradually you can change this place to this place, and then your work is valued, 很有价值. For example, if you just stay in the beautiful environment and keep resting, close your eyes, do nothing, you will feel life is boring. So sometimes when we face this environment, it's bad at the moment, but we can change it into a beautiful place. So this is the reason why we are going to talk about, we are going to talk about habitat. Do you understand the word?
Yes, habitat, yes.
Now let's read this together. Habitat, now read it together. Habitat is a, now, sorry. 1, 2.
Habitat is a place where a plant or animal lives.
Now let's look at the first part. Who can say something about the first part? Anna.
A bird lives in a forest habitat.
Okay. When we talk about the habitat,
Has
a bird lives in this place. Lena?
a frog lives in the pond habitat.
Now you say it in this way. A frog lives in a pond. So we call this area a pond habitat. Very good, Grace.
A panda lives in a mountain.
So we call it,
mountain habitat.
okay, we call it a mountain habitat. Okay, yes, Emily?
A whale lives in a sea, so we call it a sea habitat.
Excellent. Okay, Zhang Jie, people
People
live in a place.
where we have enough food, enough water, plants, and other animals.
So this is the habitat for people. Okay, now do you understand one idea? Animals and people and different soils, they all have their own habitats, right?
Yes.
So for the frogs, they don't come to us. The reason why, if they come to live with us, they will die.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
If the bird lives in a house, and then they will die. So this is the reason why we should leave the birds in the forests. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So here, there will be different plants and animals living together in the same habitat. So let's look at this part. So we say plant, needs to get the sunlight and the air and the water. So animals, they will also like these. So plants and other animals, they also need to have sunlight and air and water. So we live in the same habitat. So look at this one. Is it nice or not nice?
Not nice.
Do you know the reason why?
It's a desert.
It's a desert. Do you know why we have so many deserts? Yes, Anna?
Because people do not protect our cities, and then the wind blow more sands here. So.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
And also, Lena, what do you want to say?
And first, people always cut down many trees, cut
That's
all the
right.
trees, and the wind can blow sands here easily.
That's right. Number one, if we cut trees down and do not plant more trees, and then it will become dry, no water, no reservation. Number two is that if you herd sheep here on the grass, and then the sheep will eat the grass. Okay, so when we talk about habitat, I hope that everybody will have a nice environment in the future. Okay?
Okay.
Now, we are going to look at some of the things. Now, look carefully what we have here. All right. Now, if we talk about the habitat, so certain animals live in certain places.
Yes.
So who can come here and then match the first one? Grace.
Panda lives in the forest.
Okay, thank you. Pandas live in forest. Richard.
Frog is in the pond.
Okay, quickly. Yes. Next one, Emily. This
A
one.
penguin lives in the South Pole.
Okay, South Pole. Finally, camel. Jante. Yes.
A camel lives in a desert.
Okay, thank you. Do you know the reason? Quickly go back. Now, different animals have different habitats, so that's the reason why camels can live here, but we cannot. Now, we are going first of all to watch another piece of cartoon, and then later we're going to do something. Okay?
Okay.
好，电视机前的小朋友们，我们现在请你们再来跟我们看一段卡通片。
Hello, Bob.
Hello, Jane.
Why are you here in the park so early?
I guess you and I are here for the same thing. To do some morning exercises and to get some fresh air.
You are right. I used to run along the street near our apartment building, but the air quality is terrible now.
That's because we have more and more cars and trucks running on the streets.
Can't we do something about it?
Us? You are joking. We don't have cars. We are only students. We haven't done any bad things to our environment.
You can't say that. In fact, students leave a lot of litter in the park. That makes our environment dirty too.
I agree with you. But how can we do something to protect our environment?
Maybe we can ask our friends and classmates to come to the park one afternoon and pick up the litter.
That's a good idea. Do you think all of our classmates will come?
Of course they will. The other day, our teacher asked us to write a diary, and many of us didn't know what to write. I'm sure this will be a very good thing for them to write in a diary.
Can we also do something else? I mean, we can't go to the park to pick up the litter every day. We should tell visitors not to drop the litter in the park.
That's right. So what should we do?
Maybe we can come here every afternoon.
No, we can't do that. We can't miss class.
No, we can't.
Why don't we find some pieces of board and write some notices on them and put them up somewhere in the park?
That's a good idea. It can remind visitors not to drop litter.
Do you think it will work?
It depends, but at least we can try.
Where can we find the pieces of board?
That's easy. We should tell Peter, our monitor, first. Hello. What are you two doing here?
There you are. We are talking about Peter, and here he is.
We are thinking of doing something to protect our environment. That's great. What's on your mind?
We want to put up some boards in the park to remind people not to drop litter in the park.
I'm sure our teacher will like that idea. Let's tell our teacher and classmates.
Now, in the future, when you are in the streets, and then you should do something. do your best to protect our environment. I'm going to give you some sentences. Try to remember them and we can do a lot. Emily, come here and read this one time slowly and nicely. Come here. Read it slowly and nicely.
Do all the good you can, by all the means you can.